Hello, folks. Good evening. It's Andreas once again. On tonight's video, I will continue from my last night video on the topic why people keep use toxic, sick, emetic, poisonous ID words, phrases to describe themselves throughout the whole day while they join in public places with their friends, with their companies. Last night, I saw you a paper which, based to my opinion, I find that is toxic phrases. I show you once again, just to remember it. I have to start with something very simple. The fully detoxification of human brain from all this toxic, sick, and emetic garbage, trash, where people receive daily news throughout the whole day. I mentioned on social media and WhatsApp. Okay, of course, someone is going to tell you why you keep hear this silly person since the moment he is against social media. He is against WhatsApp. He is against technology. Since the moment he also used technology. Good point. The question is that despite the majority of people out there in the real world, I do not use this kind of ID words in public places when I go out with people I know. Because I want my brain to be fully detoxified from this poison. Because it's poison. No matter what you do, your brain is clinical dead. If you take a sick person in some hospital bed and his brain is in support with some machine in power, that person's brain, man or woman, doesn't matter, young or old, doesn't matter, the brain of that person is supported with power, with a cable which is connected to power. If you remove the cable from the power, the brain of that person is off. It's game over. Okay. no matter what you do. Finito. Adios, amico. Arrivederci, Roma. I try to explain you with very simple English the exact term of how the human brain is totally toxic, sick, emetic, poisonous, thanks to low IQ knowledge people have received through their school years, during their student years in school, plus the fact that since the early 2000s, we entered the era of social media, which the whole interpretation is that each one of us is automatically connected with someone who lives, let's say, in New Zealand, maybe not New Zealand, maybe in South Korea, maybe in Chile, Brazil, I don't know, maybe in Alaska. With very simple way, social media has the power to manipulate your brain knowledge to that point, okay, manipulate your knowledge to that point that you cannot resist anymore to social media, to WhatsApp. Once you are connected with social media and WhatsApp, any knowledge you have received through your student years is finito, okay? Game over. Doesn't matter if you are well educated, doesn't matter if, let's say, you have finished elementary school. You don't want elementary school, okay. Let's say that you have finished high school. You don't want high school, okay. Let's say that you have finished university, college. You have some very good diplomas on your hands, and you believe that because you have graduated university, college, you have superior thoughts, okay. Your brain is fully detoxified from all the toxicity of social media. WhatsApp. And you know how to join a social discussion by avoiding using this toxic phrase. No matter what you do, pick up any place on this planet. Doesn't matter where you go, doesn't matter where you live. Pick up any restaurant, pick up any bar, coffee shop, I don't know, pick up any cinema theater, I don't care. Wherever you go, you keep here people to have public discussions on any topic, on any topics. And their discussions, including these toxic phrases, because they don't know how different to express themselves. If I ask you, if I ask someone, I put barriers in our discussion. Do not use this toxic phrase for no reason. I don't take jokes. What you believe is going to happen next? Someone is going to tell me, you know something, I want my freedom to express myself way better than you do right now. If you block me by not using this kind of phrase, how you expect me to explain myself to you or to other people, to other friends, to the point that they can understand me 100% what exactly I say or what exactly I mentioned. I don't know. I believe the youth today, people who are 20 today, who are in their early 20s, 25, 30, 35, or 40, they can express themselves way better in public places by using this toxic phrase for me. I keep hearing this phrase every day. And I have to put barriers, no matter if you like it or not. Even if I ask you with very nice way, you know something, I dislike people, I dislike this kind of phrase. If we are about to have some discussion on any topics, economy, immigration, on refugees, on climate change, on relationships, on, I don't know, on any topics, general topics, I have to ask you, don't use this phrase to express yourself, to explain yourself to me or to the others. Use the any other words you want, the any other ideal words, phrases to explain yourself, but not this one. Even if for you or for the others who participate in that discussion, this is against your freedom of speech, this one goes against to my barriers. Because I know for sure that 2 or 3 people I join with some general topics, they have in their DNA, in daily base, 24/7, this toxic phrase, because they took this one from their families. They took these phrases from their school environment. They took these phrases from their friendly circle. They took these phrases from the society they live in, back in their home countries or I don't know where. Now, I don't know how many other people like I is out there in the real world. I don't know. I don't have any. I have no idea. Nothing. For sure, I have to doubt that there is people out there who keep thinking and act like I do now. For the simple reason that people today, through social media, they dream, they desire their freedom of speech. You have social media, you desire to have freedom of speech, to express yourself with the any way you like. Even if you believe that you are a well-educated individual, man, woman, young or old, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter from which social background you come from. For me, people who use toxic, sick phrases in daily base, 24/7, to express themselves are highly dangerous people, which I cannot trust them to have a discussion with them. Simple as that. If you want to participate in some discussion, some smart discussion, let's say, pick up the any topic. I have no any problem. You want movies? No problem. You want music? No problem. You want climate change? No problem. You want political life? No problem. You want, I don't know, you want relationships? No problem. I have the ability to prove yourself, and many people out there in the real world today, tonight, that I can use, let's say, 80% of the capacity of everything my knowledge, everything my brain actually contains, the any knowledge I have so far, I can use it on that discussion you pick up for me by avoiding using this toxic phrase. Because I thinking way better than you. I don't know how. Don't ask me how I do this one. I just went to another level. Which level is this one? I don't know. If you are, let's say, ground level, I don't know. I cannot give you specific definition on how many levels is, but let's say that is 20 levels of how smart discussion someone can have today with his friends, with his girlfriend, with his boyfriend, with his parents, brothers, sisters, I don't know. Let's say that 20 levels of discussion, someone can reach top 7 levels of discussion. To be very fair with myself now, and with many people that watch me right now, 7 levels is like you still keep using this toxic phrase, these sick phrases. Even in your home country, someone is going to ask you, okay, wait a minute. Why you behave so different than the rest of us? You believe you are different or you are different? No. Someone is different because he used proper method of talk, of speech, because he or she let you know that I don't use this kind of phrase. This kind of phrase for me is toxic, sick, emetic, poisonous one. So, even if you pretend that you understand in some point the whole discussion without any special interpretation, translation on the whole topic, you have in your mind the one word, this one. But you are afraid to ask because you know that that person just put you barriers to not ask this kind of phrase. Since the moment nowadays, people from all social backgrounds and from all educational backgrounds, elementary school, high school, university, college, from the most prestigious colleges around the globe. Surely you have A-list knowledge, you have double A to exercise your brain knowledge and participate in some serious discussion with way too healthy way to enjoy a discussion like an adult individual you are, like an adult person. The last few months, I remember I had a case. I remember I had an incident with a friend of mine. His origin is from Africa. He's from Sudan. I met him last year, 2023. So we went outside for a coffee to drink something. And I let him know, just like that directly, with no any pretext, nothing. Can I tell you something? I notice now we are here now for 1 hour, we discuss, and you keep repeat this toxic phrase, which for me is totally inappropriate. For young men you are, how you explain yourself with that way to me, who I know you from the job, that time, and why you don't use another phrase to express yourself. And if I remember well, he replied me, what's the wrong with this phrase? I let him know that I dislike people, I dislike this kind of language. I let you know that no matter what you do, no matter where you come from, if you come from some fourth world country, it's not my problem. It's your problem. If you come from a third world country, again, it's not my problem. It's your problem. I don't want to take me to deal or to take me rude because I mention fourth or third world countries. I am not a racist or fascist or fascist. But I do ask people to talk properly in discussions. For the simple reason that I do not tolerate someone to keep using this toxic phrase, this sick and emetic phrase in a discussion 20 times in 1 hour. 20 times in 1 hour is sick. My brain suffers because the other party who participate in the discussion I have shows me that he or she is highly underdeveloped individual. Shows me that has no any knowledge of what vocabulary really is, has no any knowledge of what or how a civilized discussion really works. And the only thing he, she, or they will reply back to me is that, you know something, if you take a look all around you, you see 50 people around you, you see 100 people around you, you see 1 billion people around you, they keep using this kind of phrase. So what is your problem? If someone feels for some reason that his brain capacity, his brain knowledge is way too healthy to use this toxic, sick, emetic phrase, don't use it in front of me. I put you barriers. Just like that. Because I desire any discussion I have, to not include this phrase. Like I said last night, I do not take jokes. I do not understand by jokes. If someone tries to have some jokes with me on this topic, don't do with this. Don't do this one with me. Pick up another friend of yours and go have your fun. the any discussions I want to have or I desire to participate with other people, I want from others to use superior thought. If their brain is not fully detoxified from social media and from the any garbage language, trash language they use in their daily life, in their daily base, then you have proved yourself to me that you are extremely low. When I say extremely low, I literally extremely low. Even if you pretend that you are way too high than me, still you need to prove that to me, that your knowledge indeed is way too above than my knowledge. Simple things. 1 plus 1 is equivalent with 2. 3 plus 3 is equivalent with 6. 10 plus 10 is equivalent with 20. It's simply mathematics. 5 plus 3 is equivalent with 8. Simply mathematics. Do what you want in your life. Pick up the any school you want to go to educate yourself. Surely when you go to school, you do not pick up the teachers, professors. The management of the school decides which teachers a professor is going to teach the classroom you are that moment. You don't have that right. Unless, of course, you collect signatures. If you are that smart to collect signatures, to bring the teachers or professors you believe for yourselves that they have the proper knowledge for you to teach you properly how to talk, how to write it down, by avoiding using this toxic and sick phrase. I know for sure that the human brain of today's generations from all walks of life is not fully detoxified. Like I said before, the human brain of today people from all walks of life, from the age of 10, which is infant, toddler, to 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 60, 70 plus, your brain is clinical dead. Like, I put you in the power, the cable is in power, of course. I remove the cable from the power, game over. That is your knowledge. After I remove the cable, you're dead. No knowledge. I'm not quite sure yet how different to set this one, to put it for you, so you can understand that you are toxic for me, you are sick for me, you are emetic for me, even poisonous one for me. I see it all around. Young people have no idea how to discuss properly. They use garbage language. No idea from where they received that language. I see people of my age, my generation, no idea how they received their knowledge. That language, that kind of phrase, no idea. I know that social media has destroyed your lives. Just like that. Don't ask me. Don't ask me how I know this one. I just know it. It's pure logic. Because I don't want to flatter myself now. I don't want to take credits for myself now. I give the credits for me anyway. The society is sick. The whole society. Doesn't matter where you live. You may live in Cyprus. You may live in Greece. You may live in Turkey, Italy. You may live in South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg. You may live in Nigeria. You may live in Egypt, Liberia, New Zealand, Australia, I don't know, Bangladesh, Philippines, China, I don't know where. You may live in Brazil or elsewhere. The society, the brain knowledge of society is dead. Just like that. Once people have no any knowledge of how to talk properly by avoiding using toxic phrases, the whole society is dead. Doesn't matter if you have the freedom of speech to express yourself through social media with the way you like, with the way you dream, or with the way you desire. The society is dead. Because if someone is not that smart and he, she, or they is going to ask you, can you please explain yourself because I'm stupid, because I am silly, because I didn't finish the school, I had to give up the school to go to the marketplace. Please try to simplify yourself on this topic. And I will try to understand what you want to tell me. Or, my parents are not well educated people. Or my brothers or my sister is not very well educated. So simplify yourself. Make it more simply for me to understand you. So even if you have put barriers on that person who is asking you this kind of, to simplify, you need again to improvise and use different way of communication to express yourself by not using this phrase. Anyway, people, I tried with the tonight video to explain with more simple way, at least for those who understand how a proper discussion really works, and that people should not tolerate other toxic people who use toxic, sick phrases into a discussion. Thank you for once again you watch that video. Feel free to hit the button, describe. Feel free to comment if you believe that my video helped you in some point anyway. As always, don't share, don't like. I dislike this one to people. Thank you for watching. No matter where you live, here Europe, Middle East, Asia, Oceania, Africa, Russia, or the continent of America. Until the next time, many wishes. Good night.